Welcome back to Wheel Relevant. When you stand next to the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja H2R, the first impression isn't just about size or presencia, it's about aura. The bike doesn't whisper performance, it shouts it before you even hit the ignition. Every line, every bolt, every carbon wing screams speed and intention. Even standing still, the bike feels like it's daring you to twist the throttle, to test your nerve against its power. The H2R isn't meant to be approachable, and that's part of its charm. It's an apex predator of motorcycles, built not for the road, not for comfort, but purely for track conquest. This exclusivity is what makes it so legendary. Fire it up, and the sound alone could tell you everything you need to know. The Supercharger's high-pitched whine layered over the deep growl of the inline-4 creates a symphony of mechanical madness. Unlike naturally aspirated leader bikes, the H2R has this relentless surge, as if the engine refuses to plateau. Throttle response is immediate, but the real magic comes when the revs climb. Instead of tapering off near redline, the Kawasaki-developed centrifugal supercharger kicks harder and harder, giving you a sense of acceleration that just doesn't let up. Riders often describe it as being pulled forward by an invisible hand, a force that builds endlessly until the world around you blurs into streaks. But a motorcycle like this isn't just about straight-line numbers. Kawasaki poured their MotoGP and aerospace knowledge into making sure the H2R could translate all that violent energy into usable track performance. The aerodynamic wings, made entirely of carbon fiber, aren't styling flourishes, they're functional tools designed to glue the front end to the tarmac when you're pushing past 300 km/h. On bikes without that downforce, the front wheel tends to lift and get nervous. On the H2R, those wings act like anchors, letting you dive into corners or hammer straights with stability that belies its raw power. It's engineering born out of necessity, the kind of details only found on machines that exist at the very edge of what's possible. That trellis frame, powder-coated in Kawasaki's signature green, deserves its own spotlight. It looks artistic, almost delicate with its lattice design, but don't be fooled, it's a masterpiece of rigidity and flex balance. The frame absorbs the stress of insane acceleration and g-forces while keeping the bike nimble enough for aggressive transitions. Kawasaki didn't just build a brute, they built a scalpel that happens to wield the power of a sledgehammer. Coupled with the A-lens rear suspension, which can be tuned down to the click, the H2R can be set up for nearly any track condition. This adjustability makes it as rewarding for professionals chasing lap times as it is for collectors who simply want the best the motorcycle world has to offer. And the electronics suite is a silent guardian that keeps you alive when physics wants to do otherwise. The IMU constantly measures pitch, roll, yaw, and acceleration, calculating traction and slip in milliseconds. Kawasaki Traction Control doesn't just cut power, it adapts to lean angle and wheel spin, making sure you can unleash maximum thrust without losing grip. The quick shifter makes upshifts buttery smooth, while launch control ensures you rocket off the line with consistency that even the best riders would struggle to match unaided. And then there's the bank angle indicator, a small digital reminder of how far you've leaned the machine. Almost as if Kawasaki is daring you to push yourself harder. It's an adrenaline partner that watches over you while still letting you test your limits. Visually, the H2R is unlike anything else on two wheels. Forget chrome and fairing polish, this is raw performance sculpted into art. The matte carbon fiber panels shimmer under light with an industrial beauty, while the mirrorless profile looks more like a jet fighter than a motorcycle. The single-sided swing arm reveals the massive rear wheel, a detail that makes the entire machine look muscular and light all at once. Even the paint, a self-healing finish, feels like science fiction. Tiny scratches disappear with a bit of heat, ensuring the bike always looks ready for the showroom, no matter how much abuse it takes on the track. Owning this bike feels less like owning a vehicle and more like owning a piece of future-forward craftsmanship. Price is often the reality check, and with an MSRP hovering just above $59,000, the H2R sits in rarefied air. That cost isn't about practicality, it's about exclusivity, prestige, and the sheer madness of owning the fastest production motorcycle on Earth. Buyers aren't comparing it to a standard superbike, they're considering it against Italian exotics, limited-run hypercars, or even collector's race machines. The H2R is in that league, where the purchase is as much about identity as it is about performance. It says something about you that you value extremes, that you seek boundaries, and that you want a piece of engineering history in your garage. On the track, however, money fades into irrelevance. The H2R offers a riding experience that no road-legal machine can truly replicate. The way it accelerates forces your vision to tunnel. The sensation of grip combined with aero stability gives confidence even at insane lean angles. The braking feels like hitting a wall, yet it's smooth and controlled thanks to Brembo's mastery. It's chaos, controlled with elegance, a paradox of violence and precision, and it's addictive in a way few machines in the world of cars or bikes can ever hope to be. So what makes the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja H2R so special? It isn't just the horsepower figure, or the 380 km/h top speed, or even the exotic parts list. It's the fact that Kawasaki dared to make it at all. In an era where many manufacturers play it safe, where regulations and practicality reign supreme, Kawasaki built a motorcycle that ignores those limits. They didn't build this bike to fit neatly into a market segment. They built it to make a statement, that speed still matters, that extremes still have a place in engineering, and that dreams of ultimate performance are worth pursuing. The H2R isn't meant to be your daily ride. It's not meant to be comfortable. It's meant to be an experience, a visceral, terrifying, intoxicating ride that few will ever have the privilege to touch. And maybe that's the point. Not everyone should. But for those who do, the 2025 Kawasaki Ninja H2R is less a motorcycle and more an invitation to test limits, to dance with danger, to feel alive in the most mechanical, unfiltered way possible.